We're here with the Creative Underground, Beth Schwer, and myself, Daryl Urig. We have a privilege on our first film here live in the studio, and we have Linda Fischer with us today, and she is what you would call an abstract expressionist painter.
Welcome, Linda.
And
Have a seat.
later I think we're going to figure out later in the show is that we're going to call the show In and Out of Focus, because, but I'm just being clairvoyant right now.
But it'll seem like a revelation.
We're really thrilled you're here today.
Thank you.
We've been talking about abstraction with our interviews and artist interviews, and love the way that, this is just an example. There's another example here, and we'll show more on the video. But we like the patterning and the colors and the rhythm, and it just tell us a little bit about what you're trying to do when you're working on your oil paintings.
When I'm working on my paintings, I'm just trying to remember this was Chicago at Christmas time, and it was just horrific traffic, and it was cold, but I was so happy because I love big cities. In fact, one of my co-op jobs when I was in school was in New York, and I was young enough and dumb enough not to know what I was getting into. But I think the impression that the city left with me was long-lasting, and I still see the world through that.
So you were in the street, but how do you get this above perspective?
And abstraction to me is like a mystery novel. What kind of clues are you picking up, and what's the story about?
Yeah, they're like a story, or maybe even a book. They could be. I like to think of them as visual words. And then, some of this we talked about before was that it had this, like Beth said, this look that you're looking from above, and you mentioned to me that you like to visualize everything from above.
Well, I do. I've been doing that my whole life. That's how I work. My 9-to-5 job was drawing everything in scale from above.
Like an aerial perspective.
Correct. And so
was it like interior design and
buildings, architecture, drafting.
So like a desk goes here,
Correct.
this goes there.
And the building, how'd you lay it out? Where's the beams? Where's the joist? And so everything is built that way in my brain. But I was told in school, and I was lucky that I could see it three-dimensionally. Not everybody can.
Yeah, you're seeing, like you look
So
here
that's how
and
I
you
see.
see it from up here.
That's how I see. That's my brain.
Wow.
And I can't stop it.
So this is not from an aerial photographic reference. This is
How I see the
you
city.
converted the image that you are in.
Correct.
Wow, that's amazing.
And the piece that you liked from Italy, that was my impression of being stuck in a very narrow street in Florence trying to find a parking garage. And my husband wanted to kill me because all I wanted to do was see if I could pick some paint off the wall so I would know what color. And there was tons of layers of color, and that's the history of the building, and it was so exciting to me.
Yeah, and find that everybody is totally unique. There is no one way to do things, and sometimes we try to make everybody the same, and we try to understand everybody by how we do things. But it's more interesting when you take each person as a totally unique individual.
What do you bring to the game?
Yeah, and then you say, okay, this person has this perspective on things, and your perspective, seeing it aerially from the air versus as I would see it straight on, more or less, is very unique and very different. translated into your work. So when you were looking at that painting in Italy, were you trying to visual 3D where your car was in the parking garage or the parking lot? So you're just telling your husband that to keep him walking. Like, it's that way, and then you're picking on that pig.
I brought a piece today, the blue one. Did you see it?
No, I have to pull that up.
It represents my studio about a month ago when it was so cold I was freezing to death. So that piece depicts my emotions while I was
Okay, let me get that one. Let me get that one.
I couldn't stand it.
All right, you can show them out there. Yeah. Is that the right direction?
This shouldn't matter, but no.
You always gotta watch out for that with those abstract painters.
Yeah. I always turn them. I make sure they
So
work
how can
both
you
ways.
tell what's up and what's down?
I just know where I put this as an anchor, but it really works both ways. It shouldn't matter.
Yeah. So now, okay, this was about your emotions.
Freezing cold, ice on the window. My hands were literally turning blue. The paint hurt.
You could probably see your breath.
And I felt like finally I've arrived and starving artist with no heat.
And the white and the black, which are really nice.
That goes way back to Physics 101. It was a really nice teacher who brought it to us in our reality. And he taught us the nature of color and how you get it from complete absence or total white. So everything is derived from black and white. And I've always kept that in my work on purpose for that reason.
Right.
It's
Okay.
my reference.
Yeah, so it's kind of like light is the presence of all color and black is the absence of all color. So you have to have white and black in it. Okay.
It's just my little symbol.
I'm going to have my grand opening on May 1st. And you guys are both welcome to come and be part of it. I'll send you out an invitation so you guys can come. Of course, you guys can too. Want to thank, and you tell me your...
Ryan, Fischer,
And
Anita Lowe.
Yes, our official videographer.
all right, and then keeps getting better, so we should stop. Well, I have another idea, and we're doing, so like I said, we're doing this thing, which is the Creative Underground. We call it the think tank, and this is part of the think tank. And I have this other idea after what we talked about, which was, the camaraderie we felt in the group. And then you talking about artists need a place to talk. So I'm thinking about doing another show, Art Talk, where artists could just either come here one day out of the month, and it'll be open to artists to come, and they could also go online and just talk art. And if they have questions, it's going to be a moderated talk. I like it to feel like an artist community. My thinking is the true painter is really a pretty humble, meek person. They're not those people that are so boisterous in your face that you couldn't talk to them. Though we have strong opinions.
Yeah.
But
I guess I'm fortunate because there's a group of Indiana artists that are really generous and humble. And
yeah, you do. You have a good group of those painters there, and that is very nice.
yeah, and they've been really, helpful and encouraging to me. And that's why I
Right. Well, that's what I'd like this to be, and to have a place. We're just artists talking to artists, and it's not hard when you're talking to another artist because we get it.
This is new for me because I find the need to have a discussion. Hey, talk to me. Am I losing my mind here?
No.
Well, in fact, we talked about this because we originally started talking to plein air artists and about plein air painting because Daryl and I both do that. And one of the advantages to me of being a plein air artist, putting up with the bugs and the environment, was for the camaraderie, for the fellowship.
I miss that.
And I've learned a lot by going to those types of events, by meeting other artists and spending time with them. So
Yeah.
I think, that's a huge...
I think being an abstract artist doesn't help. Because I'm definitely
Yeah,
in the
you're
minority.
more of a studio painter.
It's a singular
And I'm
thing.
very in the minority. I mean, I'm 1 out of 100 probably that does that.
Do you ever go outside and paint? Abstract?
I did some monoprinting outside, but I had to put an extender into the paint to make it not dry so fast. But no, I don't. I haven't.
need to get out more.
We should do that, have a plein air event. Well, Daryl's planning a plein air event. You
Yeah,
should come with us.
I'm planning a plein air event, September 19th,
You did
2015.
the one in Loveland. That's the one
Yeah,
in the Arts Council.
yeah, I'm
You
gonna-
won first place, didn't you?
Yeah, last year I
Yeah,
was in that one.
yeah.
They called me back this year to judge it.
Oh, good.
So, but
I won't do that one now.
and what was your name again? But no, I'm going to do an event here, and we're going to do plein air painting. But the whole idea is to bring more abstraction into it,
Oh,
because we've
okay.
talked to some plein air painters that have done that. All art is really abstract painting, even if people want to call it realistic. Whenever you put anything on a flat surface, it's immediately abstract to me. But some things look more like a photograph than others, you know. Those
Well,
are kind
and one of
confusing.
Daryl's passions, and a common passion that we have, is finding artists that are pushing the envelope, that are trying new things, that are not just looking like everyone else. And that's why you're here.
The other thing that we found out with the hangouts that we do, which is when we have the panel, we do this live versus in the studio.
We're all in different rooms and different
Yeah.
states at that point.
Yeah, Beth drove here from Indiana today,
Yeah.
and we appreciate that.
Sure, my pleasure.
Bob, I don't know where he is. I guess he got
Hi,
lost
Bob.
on the road.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
of course he was. He was supposed to be here
Yeah.
hours ago. I don't know what happened to him. He'll have a good excuse, I'm sure. No, the thing we found out is because we meet every week and talk. But the thing we found out, and we plan the shows and discuss artists and painters that we'd like to interview, is that we like the camaraderie of just talking every week. And it's been kind of our mental health. At least it has been for me. I can't speak for the other two, but for me it's been kind of a mental health time. So
Yeah, because you're right.
Guess
Being
what?
an artist can be lonely. And you've got, I don't know about you guys, but I battle a lot of voices in my head while I'm
Oh,
painting.
yeah. Oh,
Oh,
And
do
it's-
this, do that.
Well, and the
What'd you
negative
do that
voices.
for?
Yeah.
hear your mom or dad
That
yelling
was really
at you.
Or who do you think you are?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know? And
Oh.
and you can't do this.
Yeah.
And so it's good to be affirmed. It's good to have fellowship where you know that you're not the only one having those struggles. And to encourage, we're celebrating you today. We're celebrating your art,
Thank you.
and we're celebrating your life, which your art is a culmination of.
Absolutely.
And we want to thank you for sharing your heart and your art with us.
Yeah.
One and the same. Thank you.
So and you have a website?
I have a website, Linda Fischer Studio.
Spell that out for us.
Linda, Linda, Fischer, Fischer,
Okay.
studio.com.
Perfect.
Good.
And they can send questions to you if they
Yes,
have
there's an
any
email
questions.
link and you can send me questions.
And you can
Awesome.
view more of Linda's art there.
I just hope that this helps free a lot of other painters out there that just feel like they're in a box and they don't know where to go, and just some fresh thinking will just help them. And I feel you've brought a lot of fresh thinking today.
Wow. Thank
So
you.
thank you so much for doing that.
Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you both.